Principle number 2, whichever part is leading and first meets the resistance of the pelvic floor muscles will rotate forward until it comes to lie under the symphysis pubis. Principle number 3, whichever part emerges from the pelvis will pivot under the pubic bone. Those are the what? Principles. Then fetal information. The lie is longitudinal and this is longitudinal. Okay? Attitude is one of good flexion. By attitude of one of good flexion, I mean the knees are supposed to be on the chest, I mean on the abdomen, the arms are across the chest, then the chin where? On the chest. This is an attitude of good flexion. Okay. Then the denominator is the occiput, which is this one. Then the presenting part is the posterior part of the anterior parietal bone, which is this part where I'm pointing. Okay. Then the position can either be left occipital anterior or right occipital anterior. We say anterior, meaning this fetus, the occiput, is on the anterior aspect of the maternal pelvis, with the iliopectineal eminence being the landmark, meaning the occiput is going to point on the iliopectineal eminence. Okay, so the main movements now. Come on, hold the pelvis. This side. Okay, so main movements. Number 1, descent continues throughout the labor with the help of the contractions. So meaning this fetus will keep on going down. The number 2, we have flexion. Flexion, it means this fetal head will continue to be on the chest so that we have smaller diameters presenting with the help of the contraction, which we call fetal axis pressure, which will ensure that this fetal head is well flexed. Okay, so descent will continue throughout labor and flexion also continue throughout labor. Then the next thing is internal rotation of the fetal head. Okay, so this head is going to rotate 1/8 of a circle along the left side of the maternal pelvis, or on the anterior aspect of the maternal pelvis. So it will rotate 1/8 of a circle. So once it has rotated, we are going to have a twist in the neck. Okay. Then the principle says whichever part meets the resistance of the pelvic floor muscle is going to do what? Rotate and be pushed forward. So this head will be pushed forward. Then the other principle says whatever part emerges from the pelvis will pivot under the pubic bone. So it will pivot under the pubic bone. Then the other principle says descent will continue throughout what? Labor with the help of the contractions. So meaning contractions will continue and the fetal head will keep on coming down. So the moment the biparietal diameters are going to escape and they don't go back even if there is no contraction, meaning this head will appear on the valve and we are able to see it. It won't go back. That is what we call crowning, meaning the biparietal diameters have what? Escaped. Okay. So the next thing is birth of the what? The fetal head. The first thing is the crowning, which has already occurred. So how is it going to be born? So the head is born by a movement of extension. What is extension? Extension is the opposite of flexion. Meaning by extension, the vertex, the synsput, the face and the mentum will sweep the what? The mother's perineum. So it is going to extend, meaning it's going to move up like that. And that is how the head is born, by movement of extension. Meaning the vertex, the synsput, the face, and the mentum have swept the mother's perineum. Okay? Then the next thing after the birth of this head is the restitution. Restitution is the untwisting of the head, the neck, which was done when the fetus did the internal rotation of the head. It rotates by 1/8 of the second to the previous position in which it was when it did the internal rotation. So it is going to restitute just 1/8, meaning your sagittal suture is going to be in the oblique diameter. Okay? After restitution, the next thing is internal rotation of the shoulders, which occurs in the opposite side of the pelvis. Meaning, since it rotated from the left, the rotation of the shoulders will occur on the right side. So this shoulder, the anterior shoulder, will become the leading part, and it will meet the resistance of the pelvic floor muscles. It is going to rotate 1/8 of the circle along the right side of the maternal pelvis, or on the anterior aspect of the maternal pelvis, 1/8. The internal rotation of the shoulders occurs simultaneously or at the same time with external rotation of the head. So it is going to rotate 1/8 of a circle. Okay? What has happened now is that the sagittal suture, which is this one, will be in the transverse diameter. Then the shoulders are now in the anterior posterior diameter. When the fetus is like this, you can now deliver the baby. How do we deliver? You support with both your hands on either side of the fetal edge. Okay? Then the baby, the anterior shoulder will be delivered by a movement of lateral flexion. So I will take this fetal head downwards. Then the anterior shoulder is going to escape. Okay? Then I will take it up to deliver the posterior shoulder. Then the rest of the body will be delivered by a movement of lateral flexion following the curve of Callas unto the mother's abdomen. It means we are done with mechanism of labor. Fujana chividio achabo.